Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be taking a look at this deck that recently won an online tournament, which I found very interesting because it is a PALKIA deck, but also includes a 1/1 KYUREM, which I promise I had been thinking about as an alternate attacker in PALKIA decks, just to try and get to higher damage thresholds, which of course, if you're playing as PALKIA, many players will try to limit their bench, limit the damage output that they're doing, and therefore KYUREM VMAX can show up and use the max rust attack in order to prevent them from surviving your attacks, right? Obviously, it's a 3 price liability, but it does come with a lot of benefits in the price trade-off, in the damage output situations, and with the ability Glaciated World, being able to repower up anything after you've utilized Dark Portal, right? Subspace Swell, as I mentioned, does more damage depending on the bench, both yours and your opponent's, 60 plus 20 more for each bench. Clone Run 60 is the maximum damage output. Clone Run 90 with a choice build, and that's it, right? So you can never one-shot any VMAX, you can never one-shot other VMAXs that are out there, and you have trouble dealing with big charms as well and random things. But KYUREM VMAX can fix this. Now, the thinner PALKIA line does make the deck a little bit less consistent, of course. We do have the inclusion of Oranguru as well to help with Glaciated World. And we have extra stadiums to make sure we can use our abilities, along with a few extra energies to really go with the fact that we're utilizing more energies with KYUREM VMAX's attack, right? The one really cool thing that I like about this is that you can Melanie and Ghost at the same turn with Cross Switcher. That's really cool. That's something that I've always loved about PALKIA decks. And now with the KYUREM threat, you can go like the next level, because then they're no longer safe on the bench from just damage, but also possibly getting one shot. And then the rest is just pretty self-explanatory PALKIA. Iridas, Battle VIP passes, Scoop of Nets and whatnot. The big things are the Oranguru and the KYUREM VMAX being included in the deck. So let's jump into a ladder, see what we can do with this deck. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, it's very fitting that we would start with Oranguru right now that we've included it into the deck. And nothing else either. I printed Mulligan a couple times. It might be up against a mirror match, actually. Well, it's probably just KYUREM VMAX, actually. Alright. Now we're talking. Yeah, now we are absolutely talking. The quick ball is very useful. Wish I had tried something, but not quite. Okay. So the KYUREM is nice. For next turn, in case I get Marnied, though I really doubt that will happen with KYUREM decks. So I honestly think my discard is the Melanie. I don't see any situation where I'm not using Irida next turn. So I will grab the Palkia. Sucks that well, actually, no, yeah, the Irida. This is definitely not great though. Okay, I'm gonna attach energy to the Palkia, and hopefully the Irida can help me here. Nope. Just another Irida. The thing is, I don't have an attack next turn. I can only get Palkia and Water, or Palkia and Scoop of Net. Which means I cannot attack next turn. I know my top deck is Irida. Ugh, this is just not great at all. Not great at all. Proton phone. And I could have established the Sobble, and that guaranteed a drizzle, but then I wouldn't have been able to attack with Melanie the turn after, so not much to do here. Okay, my opponent benches another KYUREM. Seems like they got a slow start as well, which I am happy about, except they're about to use Crobat, so never mind. Never mind about the slow start. Alright, there's a Palkia. Alright, no Crobats. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna Primate Wisdom again. 160, 180, 200, 220. Okay. Best case scenario is if I could grab a cross switcher, right? That would be fantastic. So I'm gonna do this, see what my top deck is. Any energy. Well, I am most certainly not attacking this turn. I wonder if I should just go for these two. Because that gets me extra cards in hand. I'm clearly not attacking this turn. I mean, I could get Palkia plus Cross Switcher or Scoop of Net. I mean, I got Palkia plus Energy. Okay. So I think that's it. Where are my Sobbles? No one knows. My opponent still doesn't know that I am a Palkia focused Palkia KYUREM with Intellion engine, because nothing that I've done so far would say anything differently. Now, I figured by my opponent choosing to grab the Palkia, they certainly had a follow-up to this. They are taking their sweet time with 3 cards in hand. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen now. Right, they do get the Irida. So I wonder what they actually get here. Okay, Greninja and Quick Ball. That probably means we are going to see the Crobat right here. So what I would love to happen is for my opponent to not evolve that Palkia. Right? That would be the dream right here. That would be the absolute dream. Alright. Well, I mean, I guess now, if they evolve, I have a chance to knock them out, but I will need either Choice Belt or Cross Switcher off of the 2 cards from Concealed Cards. So putting that Choice Belt back might have been a big mistake. Well, it wasn't a big mistake. Like, if I just had a stupid Sobble down, I could just search for that Choice Belt. And a Sobble down last turn, I could have just taken a KO already. Okay, my opponent commits an energy to the KYUREM. Okay, now we're talking. Because now, I certainly can Irida or PALKIA VSTAR plus Cross Switcher. And take a knockout on their Palkia, which will be really, really good. Not doing much else. I guess I'll protect the Irida in case I get Marnied yet again. Scoop of Net, not super useful. But eliminated Palkia means there's no shot of Star Portal next turn. Which means them getting a knockout is not going to be exactly easy. Or if they do, then that means most of their resources are gone. And that should hopefully allow me to get a return KO. It's not likely, though. Not very likely, but possible. All right, we see the other Oranguru, so no Palkia for my opponent now. They could be playing the 1-1 version of Palkia. All right, that energy is actually gonna be really, really big for it. So there's one glaciated world. They need energy for turn and a choice belt or another glaciated world or a Melanie. Any of those will help my opponent to get this KO. But if I'm somehow able to get a return KO, that's gonna be... How likely that is, I don't know. So if I grab Irida, 4 energies is not enough to KO the KYUREM VMAX. I need 5 or 4 and a choice belt. I won't even have enough energies in the discard pile. So, all right. My opponent has to discard all 4 energies right here. So then maybe my play is to just go after the benched KYUREM again. I think that's gonna be the plan. All right. Top deck the Irida, of course. And we'll finally establish a silly Sobble. I do have the Palkia, I do have the other cross switcher, so I can take another knockout on the benched KYUREM. I generally think that's what I should do. All right, I won't be needing the Marnie, so I'm gonna put the Marnie back, see what I get off of the Oranguru. Melanie, does that change at all? No, it really doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna grab you, I'm gonna grab you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and evolve. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the energy. You know what? If my opponent does get return KO though, I am in a lot of trouble. I mean, it's gonna be super costly for my opponent if they do get return KO. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to do this. Okay, what if I go like this, see what else I can get here. Path. Ooh, Path could be really good. Okay, I'm gonna play the Path down, because if they're not using their abilities, I'm not getting KO'd. And if they are using their abilities, that means the Path got countered, and that means I can use my abilities as well. All right, so my opponent needs exactly Melanie, attachment, counter stadium, energy in hand. So 2 energies in hand and choice belt, which there's the choice belt, the 2 energies in hand. Now they're missing Stadium and Melanie. Stadium and Melanie. All right, leading with Oranguru. Okay, all right. I mean, that's not Stadium, but it is counter Stadium. So now they need Melanie. If they have Melanie, they have the return KO once again. Energy retrieval. So that gets them energies from Radiant Griffin. What? Why? Why? What? Okay. They got there. They absolutely got there. All right. I think This might still be... Oh no, that Palkia. Never mind, it's not fine. And I am super dead. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm pretty sure I lose now. How did they do this? Okay, I'm pretty sure I have to Roxanne them here. And just be patient. For one turn. Wow, that was out of this world good for my opponent. Alright, I'm just gonna go for the Roxanne here. And I'm kind of tempted to use the Scoop Up Net, but also not super tempted. I think I'm better off keeping the Scoop Up Net for now. Alright. Wow, what a turn by my opponent. Okay. Now we're talking. I don't have any more Palkias. I also didn't get a KYUREM VMAX, or a way to find it. But it is in the deck. So like we'll still be okay. That Scoop Up Net is actually pretty good in case my opponent doesn't KO me. Oh, you know what? My opponent hasn't V-starred, so this has to be Manaphy. Alright. And then in case of Marnie, I will put the Inteleon at the top. Alright. I have access to any 3 cards next turn that I want. I need 4 energy attached. That means Melanie plus attachment plus my ability. No way. Unreal. The card I give them is exactly Roxanne. Unreal. Unreal. I can't with my luck. I really can't. Why would they power up Palkia? I mean, I get their 1 energy away. Nah. There's a chance, I guess. Well, no, never mind. My Ranger is dead, so there's no chance. I can't attach an extra energy. Well, I can get lucky, I guess, with the KYUREM. Yeah, I can technically. Oh no, yeah, I can. No, I can't. I can't. I've already used the stadium, and I have 1 energy left. So my only chance. No, I can't. If I promote the Oranguru, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energies. They haven't used any switches. They're down 1 air balloon. That's my last boss. So if I use the boss now, I cannot. Everything's just wrong. I'm 1 turn off. This is so silly. Yeah, I'm 1 energy off. And I can never get that energy either. I just need to hope my opponent doesn't have either energy or balls, and I just gave them the energy, so. Drawing the single copy of the Wash Energy last game is what completely killed my momentum, because I could never store Portal effectively. My opponent also did not whiff at all any turn. Even with the Roxanne, they were able to Roxanne me back. So there's not much you can do when that sort of thing happens. Okay, my opponent is going first, so I'm gonna start with the Greninja. So they don't take the easy 2 prizes right there of a Palkia. They did mulligan, but they don't have a Palkia themselves, so any advantage that they could have had is now completely gone, which is fantastic for me. Pokemon wise, I'm gonna grab a Sobble to start off. I have pretty much everything I could possibly want at this stage. And I just want to threaten everything this game. I don't expect to be Marnied, so I am going to go ahead and grab the Palkia already. And then kind of like coin concealed cards, even though that means I don't get an attachment. I think that's still okay. And actually, I do get an attachment, so that's perfectly fine. Like, it was an acceptable risk, if you will, to not get an attachment because, or to use that because I got extra cards, and I also got, I also had I had energies in the deck, and I had pockets too. So good things all around. All right, so my opponent unlocks a mana field from right cards by having the heavy, by top decking the heavy ball most likely, because why wouldn't you play that if you had it last turn? So that saves them from the Greninja. So I'm actually gonna go out of my way to kill the mana here. Okay, never mind. We'll just go to next game. All right, another Oranguru start. This time going second though. And seems like we're up against KYUREM again. All right. Raw battle VIP pass for my opponent. I will have to search for mine. It's really not looking great at all for me right here. My hand's not fantastic. Yeah, just not looking great overall. Oranguru, as opposed to my opponent's hand, which is really, really good. Okay, what will I top deck here? I guess hopefully I can establish 3 Pokemon. Palkia, Radiant Greninja, possibly, or I can top deck the Radiant Greninja. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna use Radiant Greninja first, because that way I don't thin basic Pokemon. I have a higher chance of getting basic Pokemon off of it. Okay, 0 basic Pokemon, that's fair. Alright, seems like I'm gonna have to play without Sobble again. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I can grab Sobble and Battle VIP Pass. Then establish 1 Palkia and 1 KYUREM. What sucks is that I'll probably end up having, well, I can just go double Palkia and leave the KYUREM for later. Maybe that's better. I'm gonna lose the Oranguru, making KYUREM way less good. And I did prize a Palkia. I'll still do this. Go ahead and attach I am very tempted to play down Path to the Peak here. I am going to do so. Then I'll go ahead and save the Marnie, I guess. And pass. All right. So we'll see. Hard to predict what's going to happen right now. Immediate counter stadium, though. Immediate counter stadium. All right. Irida means we are likely not getting attacked. The day trace, my opponent doesn't have to discard energies to take a knockout, so. I'm really gonna need to take advantage of my V-Star next turn. They do grab the Palkia though. So will my opponent actually use Radiant Greninja? That would be very surprising here. Okay. They do have 3 energies in the discard ball. I guess they could have the double cross switcher. That would be really bad. Okay. So it seems like they will go after this Sobble. Yep. Okay. I mean, that's certainly not good. Even though I do have the Marnie. I mean, if they don't evolve, then I think my play becomes boss KO that. Do I have KO? No, I'm 1 basic Pokemon short. I'm gonna need Radiant Greninja to pull through here for us. All right, so okay. That was not very nice. Let's thin right here. Grabbing you. All right, pretty please any basic Pokemon. Oh wait, no, I do have knockout, right? 160. No, I got the choice belt. Now I do have knockout. Now I do indeed have knockout. Okay, I'm gonna bench the Sobble. And I'm gonna... I kind of don't want to evolve this one. I need this Palkia to survive 1 turn at least, though. All right, I'm gonna use Primate Wisdom, see what I get. A water. Okay. All right, so now that is KO on this KYUREM, and they don't have any start portal, so hopefully that means my Palkia actually survives this upcoming turn. Kind of want to save the energy, but I might have to attack with this Palkia at some point. Like, it's not terrible hunting down a potential KYUREM, I guess. Alright, now I'll save the Drizzle instead, and 140, 160, 180, 200 to 20 exactly. Oop. Okay. And the Pokemon goes to a lost zone, not that that matters. I am able to find Palkia, that is really good. And Stadium, which is also potentially good. Alright. We might be okay here. Very big might. They immediately grab Luminion. They re-promoted the Radiant Greninja, which probably means they're gonna use it again. Right? And they'll get another prize card. And so be it. It sucks. It really, really does suck, but can't do anything. I couldn't do anything to help that. I mean, I could have not benched the Sobble, I guess. Maybe that would have been better. More energies onto the Radiant Greninja, though, means no energies to the KYUREM, which is what threatens my Palkia. So after I take a knockout on this Radiant Greninja next turn, then all I need to do is deal with one KYUREM, which is way easier than dealing with potentially a Palkia and a KYUREM here. All right. Sure. So we attack once again with the Radiant Greninja. We will pretend to be surprised. My path is already countered. After I knock out this Radiant Greninja, I mean, maybe I don't want to play the training course. Okay, they damage the active. So now they only need to power up the KYUREM next turn to take a KO. Yeah, that's bad. Question is, can they power up the KYUREM next turn? All right. I'm gonna save the training court, so I have access to that off the Marnie. Matching to Radiant Greninja doesn't make much sense. I think I need to establish a KYUREM this turn, if I can, right? And I can't. Alright. We will conceal cards. Probably should have played that first. Yeah. No KYUREM for me. Alright, so it comes down to, can they power up? It really does come down to that. Can they power up to take a knockout? If they can, they probably win. Yeah, they just need a Melanie plus energy. Well, and a full bench, I guess. Actually, no, just one more basic. Right, they lead with Oranguru. That's always a good sign. That means they're not looking for a ton of things. They're just trying to get an extra card here or there. Okay. They just attacking the Palkia doesn't really advance my win. It really does not. I'm glad I didn't play the stadium. Attach for turn. Should have attached the Radiant Greninja then, I guess. Last turn. Yeah, the Sobble, benching the Sobble in hindsight was clearly a mistake, right? No quick balls, silly battle VIP pass. Okay, they must have gotten that. Oh, they are Oranguru. Yeah. Let's see if I can find a KYUREM here. Okay, I can. And now, can I find double cross switcher this turn? No, I cannot. I can, however, Roxanne next turn. That's my only hope, I guess. And I can finally establish my last Sobble. Yeah. I mean, I could have one more try at the double cross switcher. Nope. Okay. Let's put the Roxanne at the top. And we will go ahead and subspace well for not the KO. Even if I retreat attack with this, it wouldn't have been a KO. Alright, so it's gonna be Roxanne and Prey. But this time I'll have a KYUREM VMAX in the active. Rather than a PALKIA. So they will need to somehow power up the KYUREM, which they can actually, and a boss on the PALKIA. That's what they'll need to do. Choice build doesn't matter. It matters in terms of deck thinning, right? But they will have over 30 cards. I will Roxanne them and they will have exactly 30 cards left in their deck. So please, pretty please deck. Let me just evolve, Hatch, and Roxanne. Please don't let them get out of the Roxanne this time. With the perfect cards. Alright, let's go ahead and grab you. And let's go ahead and grab you, sure. And then let's Private Wisdom. The order in which I do this doesn't matter, but I'm not so sure I'm gonna use Radiant Greninja. I'm just gonna Max Frost and take the KO. Alright. It all comes down to this turn. Can they get the KO? If they got Melanie off of the Roxanne, they can KO the active too. I mean, they have a guaranteed energy, right? So either their ability or the attachment for turn. So then they need Melanie and another energy. All of those 3 cards exactly. Alright, they lead with the ability, which is correct. Think we did it. You'll never be too sure though. If they go boss on the Oranguru to try and stall a turn, I have to scoop up nets. What games though? Very, very close games. Back-to-back attacks with Radiant Greninja were pretty good as well. Maybe I should have been more careful with that extra summon. Like, my hand played out fine without that summon, right? So maybe that's what I should have been careful with, because I forced myself to play 2 prizes. Alright, and my opponent ends up rage quitting. There we go. Alright. Thanks so much for tuning in. This deck, different, right? Different than Palkia. It felt obviously more powerful towards the end, but also less streamlined overall. So I'm not so sure this is the way I would go with Palkia. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.